Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. We are going to do 7.3.5 Entropic Generator Quantum Invasion Paradox and with Power Reserve. So the way you receive your Paradox charges is whenever you will apply a debuff on the opponent, and the way you remove it is you end your combo with a light attack. Now for every Paradox charge, your offensive combat power rate will be increased by 20%, so you can easily use champions that can stun lock. So for example, your Ronins, your Gambits all can work here. Another note is going to be special burst lockdown, so make sure you do not have your suicide masteries on, so because whenever the defender is gonna throw a special attack, the attacker is going to be heal blocked and armor broken for 30% of the armor. And also there is quantum invasion, so the defender will start in an unblockable phase unless as an attacker you have 3 paradox charges on you. Below 3 charges the defender will go unblockable, so you need to be wary about that. So you can counter that by using champions like Hyperion, you can use champions like Doctor Strange, or you can also use champions like Modo. Another good one is Apocalypse, that can safely give you those debuffs, and with that power gain you can throw those specials. And to help you further, there is Power Reserve, so both champions, the attacker and the defender, their special attacks cost 50% less power. So I would suggest you, if you have a Hyperion, you have a Modo, you have an Apocalypse, these are the best champions to use. Even Doctor Strange, any champion with natural power gain without hitting the defender are going to work really well here. Now for your masteries, I would say, because there is special burst lockdown, we do not want those suicide masteries with those poison and those bleeds, so let's stick with non-suicides. It's right there in front of you. And before we jump into the path, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. So jumping onto the path, the first fight is going to be against a Black Panther, the OG version, the classic version, however you want to say it. Now I'm gonna use Apocalypse, and I have brought my synergy with Cable. You can also bring in Mr. Sinister, so that helps me to just hit him in his block and stun him. That stun will be debuff number 1, and then I use a heavy attack straight away that gives me 2 bleeds on him, and those are 2 debuffs, and automatically I am at 3 paradox charges. So it's very easy to navigate through the unblockable phase of a Black Panther classic version. So again, you can use Apocalypse for the upcoming fights as well, because once your paradox charges are built, it's very easy to take them on the next fights, and the defenders will not be unblockable. So the first fight will be the hard one, but Apocalypse is a good way to deal with that. Hyperion is a good way to deal with that. Any natural power gain champion with debuffs will work really well. And after that, it's all about throwing your specials and finishing your combo with light attacks. That will help you keep your paradox charges under control, so you don't break the paradox and get extra damage on yourself because of the node, and just spam those specials and you should be easily able to kill the defender going forward in the path. The next defender is going to be a Proxima Midnight. Now I have brought in Black Widow Clairvoyant, and you will notice that she was unblockable. But one good thing about Black Widow Clairvoyant, as an attacker, you can just use a heavy attack from a distance, and that will still apply debuff on the opponent. And with one heavy attack you can apply 3 debuffs, and you can get 3 paradox on yourself. And then after that, it's a pretty easy straightforward fight. You can just easily evade the specials and then end your combos with your light attacks. That will help you switch between power control and also incinerate phase on Black Widow Clairvoyant, and just spam that SP2 and everything else will flow easily. It will become a very simple and straightforward fight. So as soon as the fight starts, create some distance, throw a heavy in the air, and that will give debuffs on the opponent, 3 of them, and you will get 3 paradox charges. And after that, it will be pretty straightforward and simple fight. Now the next fight is a little annoying fight that is going to be with the Black Panther Civil War, because whenever he will have an armor up and you try to parry him, he's gonna stun you back. He's gonna stun you back, reflect back on you. So imagine having that unblockable. Once you get rid of that, you always have that fear that if you parry, he is going to go in and reflect the stun on you, and he will start hitting you. Now I would not suggest you to bring in Archangel. I've used him here because I already started the fight, so I was like, you know what, let me just go with it and let me see what happens. But Archangel very easily controlled the fight. So the way it works is you can bring in any other champion that has more controllable debuffs. So with Archangel, I'm not sure how many bleeds and how many poisons I can apply. They are RNG, but they are champions that you can control the debuff, so I would suggest you to bring those ones. Now for Black Panther Civil War, I would suggest you to always keep him to an S2 to an SP2. That should be easier done because there is power reserve, and whenever he will use a special, he will have 50% of his power still intact, so you can easily keep pushing him to an SP2 and you can go back in and attack again and again. You will notice I will break the paradox a lot of times and I keep getting damage just like there, but the neurotoxins were easily able to take out Archangel. I would not suggest you to do that. It's better to bring in champions that have easy access to nullify or easy access to debuff. So for example, like Doom, Black Widow, Clairvoyant. Also Apocalypse will work here. Also you can use White Mags with his guidance ability, that also works. It's just they are good tankers like Colossus. So any tanker, White Mag, Apocalypse, or even Colossus, you can bring in if you have the paradox charges built up, and just block, let him throw his heavy, and then you can retaliate, push him to an SP2 and keep him to an SP2, and should be able to kill him off easily. Now next up is going to be a Captain Marvel movie version. So when you do go for this path, make sure that you bring in a champion, a mystic champion that has energy damage. It's very important, so this Captain Marvel movie version is an easier fight. Otherwise she will get all of those binary charges and she will get to ignition, and her damage would really kill you off very quick. So I brought in Doom specifically for her so I can kill her off easily. You can also bring in Black Widow, Clairvoyant. You can also bring in Mojo. Magic is also a good one. Tigro also works, as well as Mephisto. Just somebody with Mystic and has energy damage, you should be able to get through this fight easily. Now another annoying fight on the path is going to be Jabari Panther. Now mostly because of her cleanse mechanism, so it will be a bit difficult for you. Also I made a mistake in the beginning that I broke the paradox charges that I had, and now I have to build them again, but it's okay, it's Apocalypse. I can just hit into the block, wait for the cooldown, go back in, hit into the block, and then use a heavy straight away with 2 bleeds and build up to 3 charges very easily. Now again, her SP2 is much more easier to evade, so again I would suggest you to just push her to an SP2 and then let her throw those, and you can retaliate from there, and always keep pushing her to an SP2 so you can get those openings. And with your special attacks and power reserve, you should be able to take her down easily. It's only in the beginning the cleanse will come into play. Once you have those charges and you pushed her to an SP2, she becomes a very easy and simple fight. Now next up is going to be a Corvus Glaive. So by this time you should have your Paradox charges built of one of your Mystic champions. If not, you still have the option to bring in champions that have easy access to power gain and debuffs. So Hyperion, Modo, Doctor Strange, even Symbiote Supreme or Sorcerer Supreme, all of those champions work. You can stay back, and when you get the special you can use them and you can apply the debuff on the opponent, and once you have 3 of them, the Quantum Invasion node will be disabled. Having said that, a pretty straightforward fight. Once you have your charges up, you can kill him off with any Mystic champion. He's not really difficult, just don't get hit, because his one combo, because of his high crits, will kill you very easily. In 5-hit combo you will lose a champion. This is the last fight before the boss, so I will see you at the boss fight, and hope up till now it's helpful and clear for you. If not, you can always ask me questions in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys, and also I would love to hear your strategies. How did you manage to go through this part? So I'll see you at the boss fight, guys. So the boss fight is going to be against an Elsa Bloodstone. Now she has nodes, that is, one of it is persistent pressure, so she will get every 15 seconds she will get unstoppable for 5 seconds. That can be reduced if you have prowesses on your attacker. So for every prowess, that will be reduced by 0.5 of a second. Now remember that whenever she is going to be unstoppable, she is going to be unstunnable as well, so your parries will not work. Also, when you will knock her down, she will get an evade charge because of evasive maneuver. So do not try to eat her, because she will evade and she will retaliate back with a revolver, and with a revolver hit, and she will have an opportunity to come in and attack into you. With all of those debuffs, you will melt very quick. Especially if you're going to use an Apocalypse, he's an Excel champion, so he's at a disadvantage if he gets caught. Apart from that, there is going to be tenacity as well, so she's going to shrug off the debuff. So use champions that can work against tenacity. So my choice is going to be Apocalypse. Other champions that can work are going to be your White Max Energy is going to be essential here. You can also use Storm Pyramid X, he works as well. You can also use Omega Red as well, he also works. So there are quite a few different options. Or if you can use an Aegon, if you build him up, you can just go unblockable and you can just kill into her. You can ignore all the evasive maneuvers node and everything. Again, another easy way to take her down is going to be White Max Energy, and you can use Archangel, just parry and heavy. Same goes with Sunspot. Bring in White Max Energy, and then again you can play Sunspot easily. Because of all of those prowesses, you would be easily able to kill him off. So I hope this helps you guys and helps you kill off Elsa Bloodstone. Again, Do not hit her while she has that evade charge on her. Let it run out, because if she does evade you, she will come back with a big combo and kill you with her revolver retaliate hit. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. The next two will be 7.3.6 Paradox parts, so stay tuned for that. They'll be coming up by tomorrow. And apart from that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.